Hi everybody, this is Odd Samurai, and today I'm going to be reacting to Fate's Strange Fake, episode 9. But before that, as usual, let's talk about last episode. Starting from the beginning, technically. So, first, we have Waver telling Flat about how putting on a fake smile is the show of only caring about the ends while neglecting the means. And that's just like a bit of a complicated way to basically say like children shouldn't be putting on fake smiles. But I do wonder if this sentiment applies to Flat in the present at all. Because it makes sense that he'd be putting on a fake smile. Still, when he first just met him, because of his family situation, as like a coping mechanism to tell himself, I'm not affected by this, I'm okay. And, at some point, he started to believe it. But being with Waver, well, he can now truly smile and mean it, because he can be a child with Waver as his parental figure, whereas before he just had to put on an act. At least that's how I'm taking this. Because as we see later when he's talking with Orlando, Flat, that is, he most definitely does care about, the means towards the end that he wants. But I'm guessing it's because of Waver's influence. But yeah, I really like the scene with Castor and Clan Calatin, about him basically saying like, okay, like, so what if you're not actually as noble as you're making yourself out to be? And even though John admits that he's doing this out of revenge, Castor is like, okay, well, fine, we'll do it for revenge, but I'll still glorify it because it's more entertaining that way. But also, it's, it's more so about the passion that you put into it. If it's the same as it is as someone who was actually doing it for truly selfless reasons, then what does it matter if you're doing the same thing? Besides, if your actions through your passion inspire others to do similarly, then that's totally fine. The value of the fake being just as good as the real thing. I love that theme. And it goes well with what Castor does. The noble phantasms I create are fake, but the passion your boss has is the real thing. If you believe in through the end, you should be able to overturn as many of those real legends. It's all about what you believe, basically, and what you truly um, are moved by. If the result is the same, what does it matter? The quality of the um, person or object, slash story that got you there. Then we have a really interesting interaction between Assassin and Sigma, basically ending with her saying, when you do finally find something that you want to believe in, I hope it will be of good nature. And Sigma is just like, huh, this is the first time someone has wanted something from me outside of Francesca's begging. And now I'm like, okay, I hope we get something more out of Sigma's and Assassin's dynamic. I wonder if we're gonna get anything in regards to, like, why does Vera have an IC chip on the neck? Does it have something to do with the Holy Grail War, or is it something that she already had before she even met Orlando? And just, doesn't have to be relevant. I'm just curious. But yeah, I really like the back and forth between Flat and Orlando as well. Like, multiple times. Flat apologizes, and Orlando is like a little amused, but also respects it and understands somewhat why Flat is doing it like that, even if he's also like, you're very particular mage. But fine. I will say that it is interesting the way that Orlando phrases the reason he refuses to blow up the hospital. I have shackled our position as representative of justice with my subordinates through a pact. Before I deem sacrificing this girl to be the most justified move, I'd like to check off all possibilities and be absolutely positive it is our only option. So, like, is he just being metaphorical with, shackling the position of the of himself and Clan Calatin with a pact, or is he being literal? Could be both. Yeah, he's just that determined to stay with his own flavor of justice, though he is willing to resort to the last option, which is kill Tsubaki. Even if he doesn't exactly say that, he says, I will point my gun at her. But that's what he's implying, so at the very least, that's definitely not his go-to. But we don't know exactly how hard he'll try to not go for that. Yeah, it was so cool to have Weaver say, like, you may know me better if I say I'm Weaver Velvet, a third-rate mage who once participated in the Holy Grail War of Fuyuki. Like, oh, okay, so Orlando would know him better from his research of previous wars, but not as Lord Elmelo II from the clock tower. So Sigma finds out about Tsubaki and what Flat's alliance is trying to do. But of course, that group is not aware of the mole that told the Scladio family of the whole thing. But Sigma is, so he's going because now that that's happening, there's a high probability it's going to fail the way that their plan has been laid out. And even though it's pretty dangerous for him, Sigma is still going. So, I don't know, I feel like he does have a, let's say, inclination towards good, even if he is not fully sure of it just yet. Also, Faldeus has sent an assassin towards him, pretty sure. So that's another player there. Hansa, I think, is being tasked with being the one to kill Tsubaki if it comes to it. I really like the quick friendship that him and Flat formed. That was cute. But yeah, the talk between Jack and Flat at the end was really good as well. Why do you go through all this trouble? Because of how reckless it is? Because Waver would do the same thing. And Flat really values what, Waver's lifestyle. And, well, Jack says, let me see. As long as you have that spirit, you will always be able to overcome the divergence within yourself. And yeah, I don't think Flat can really lose that reverence that he has. But I do think that unintentionally he could fail to meet those standards that he puts on himself to follow Waver's footsteps. And that's a, let's say, a really tricky tightrope to be walking in, to be having his identity be so dependent upon. But yeah, I love everything that we got about Flat and his dynamic with Waver last episode. Okay, but now let's get to the new one. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Oh yeah, Alcides showed up with what seems to be Cerberus. It's not impossible. Right? What could Jack do against Alcides? And that thing. Oh, but yeah, I am looking forward to how Orlando reacts to someone from Clan Palatine betraying him. Because as we saw just now, he cannot believe it that this could have happened. Just take some cover. Just a copycat. Just a copycat. What? Oh shit, okay. It was, of course, it wouldn't be easy with Jester being there. All of those are Jack? Yeah. Yeah, I'm still like, okay. Since last episode, he can just multiply. That's a shame. Mm. Whoa! Jack's true form? Oh yeah? I like to see. Um, I just like seeing Fletch having so much faith in his servant. Considering, Jack hasn't fought anyone before this. Oh? You know what? Yeah, probably, definitely better to just leave it to a heroic spirit. That's cool. Oh, I really like the visuals for this. Nice. Yo. Okay. I didn't know Jack had this in his pocket. Oh, Jester. Right? Damn. Already knows his identity. Well, his well-known name. Yo, let me raise the volume a little bit. Oh, this is so awesome. What even is that form? And this is just a, a regular slasher. Hmm. Oh, what? Who? That looked like Gilgamesh's Gate of Babylon's weapons. Bro, there's so many people in this location. Why is he here? Because Alcides is? Uh. Oh, yo, the animation. So clean. Oh. Oh my god, Richard is getting in on this too? He's just strolling in. Oh, along with Ayaka and Sigma. And then that's one way to say that. Yeah, I don't blame him for saying that. Oh. What? Just from that? Oh, that's sweet. Even if, we know what Jack the Ripper did when he was alive. Mm. Mm-hmm. I mean, Gilgamesh doesn't really seem to be in any side right now. But he doesn't seem to be trying to target Tsubaki. I love that. Okay. I don't think Gilgamesh realizes that this is the one that Enkidu made an alliance with. Okay. Then let's get to it. Well, they're actually giving her refuge, even though she's not. Okay, sure. Mm. Right. Really? This is such a different type of a session. Apparently so. That's true. I respect that. Mm. Uh, he's thinking about himself. Yeah. Mm. That's one way to see it. Oh, I really like that for him. He's keeping up pretty well. Oh, oh, we're getting an insert song? Yo, this is so cool! Wait a minute! That's awesome! Okay. I think it's just a regular OST. Yeah, with Enkidu. I made an alliance. Hmm. So, can we get along too? Oh. Alright. Uh, eh, well, thanks. Yeah. I mean, yeah, he is having fun. Hmm. Maybe that OST was like the uh a version without vocals of the Whispers of Dawn song. Oh man, Jack is not doing too well. But he's on our side. Oh. Yo, that's so cool. Wow. Oh, I love that scratchy art style. Just the roughness of it. Yo, I did not expect Jack to be the type of servant to actually make Alcides try, but sure. Oh my goodness. Oh man. He did not do enough, as I thought. But. Oh, okay, he's respecting it. Oh boy. I'm concerned. Um. This is bad. This feels like it's really bad. Uh. Jack? Hello? What? Is he. What happened to him? What? How? Yeah. Yeah. This is. We're so screwed. I did not know Alcides could do that, of course. Oh, John. You're gonna do something reckless, aren't you? Oh? Uh. Eh. Oh man. Did he. Oh my god. He was. I was hoping he wasn't dead. in one shot. Oh, John! Oh, that looked brutal too. It looked like his head made a 180. And it was hanging loosely from his neck. Oh my god. Oh my. Yo, there's no way that Orlando won't feel guilty for keeping him in Clan Calatin after the fight with Jester. I'm not feeling the good vibes from the ending right now. Oh, John. Give me a second. Hey, so it's been 3 days now. Different clothes. But, yeah, it took longer than I expected to come back to this. But, originally, it was because, the neighbors had loud music. So I was just like, oh, I'll just pause the video and come back. But on Saturday, I just got a really bad headache, nausea, and I ended up puking at some point too. I felt like hell, so I've just, like the Sunday after, I was just like, I don't really feel like doing anything. So I didn't. And then yesterday I just, I just didn't have the energy really. But we're back. And I did not rewatch anything really, so some of it is not as clear in my mind as I hoped, but that's fine since I'll just rewatch the episode for the reaction this Saturday, and I'll have a proper discussion there before the episode. But yeah, I did not want to just upload the video without talking about the episode at all, or like saying goodbye. So yeah, but man, it seems like John is really dead, huh? That's honestly surprising since I was expecting him to have like actual focus and importance and dynamic with Orlando more than we'd already seen. And because of the scene with Castor that he had in episode 8, yep. I was like, oh, surely he'll, at the very least, survive this first core of fake Strange. I mean, Strange fake. But I don't see him coming back to life. And there were a few times during the episode where, like, you can definitely see the signs where John is feeling powerless and just frustrated at not being able to do anything and just leaving everything to Jack. But man, that really shook me. But yeah, outside of that, I think I liked Richard versus Gilgamesh. But honestly, at first I was like, maybe Gilgamesh will also become an ally. Because Richard is chill with Enkidu, and, you know, they're allies. But he's like, nah. Like, you know, it seems like you're a good enough fighter to just be able for me to do more than just chuck noble phantasms at you. So I'll test you and see if you are indeed worthy of being the ally of my friend. So we're having that. But my favorite parts of the episode were definitely Jack versus Alcides, and the conversation between Sigma and Assassin. But something that I was thinking about was like when Jack and Richard talk for a bit, and he's like, "Oh wow, you're actually a nice guy," and he's like, "I don't think that I'm supposed to take that as like a true assessment of Jack as a person, including how he was in life, but rather just how Richard's own sense of judging someone else in regards to, I guess, morality are not really, you know, ones that I should put much stock on, considering what he did tell Ayaka, that, you know, Richard himself is not really this overly kind guy. And he did very bad and or questionable things when he, well, passed the time, you know, just, well, at war, basically. So yeah, this is more so. That said, Richard only knows about Jack from what he's doing right now. So, like, that is also understandable. But anyway, yeah, just what Jack says to Alcides at some point is interesting. No matter what kind of great hero you are, no matter if you have the power to destroy the world, so long as your true nature is human, you will be hunted by an ordinary slasher with no power. Like, that's cool. But I do like how yeah, he basically turns into a devil. But obviously, Jack was a human. though he's obviously, as he says himself, a representation of humanity's fears and uh, evil nature. At the very least, this form is. Though it's still like, I'm really curious what exactly. Like, does Jack actually remember everything about his life when he was, well, alive? Or is that contributing to his warped sense of identity? But then again, when he was the one to recommend to, like, bomb the hospital to get rid of Tsubaki, he was like, oh, right. If I did that, then I wouldn't be just your regular serial killer. So yeah, that's very interesting. Because him saying like, oh, this is just the accumulation of humanity's uh, evil and such. It kind of feels like he's dodging or deflecting his own fault of what he did. But I'm not sure. This is what humans imagine when faced with a tragedy or ill will. Yeah, okay, so I feel like what Hansa is saying here, that's the explanation behind Jack's demon form. There are just many desires and fears as there are humans. The center of this metropolis is the tastiest of hells for him. He like feeds off of it. And the way that he kind of like mocks Alcides for his disdain of the divine. It's interesting too. If you're saying you're going to deny the authority of the divine, and you'll deny all doings of the gods, evil or good, and toss them all away, then your current self is a human just as you wish. That definitely doesn't sound like a compliment the way that he phrased it. You're a hero who has stooped to a scoundrel and risen to a human. Which, I mean, fair, since Alcides, in the way that he is right now, he really has been forced to stoop to a scoundrel and not act on his heroic ideals. But like, no one knows that it's because of his master's command spells. But yeah, I really liked when Sigma is like, well, I'm trying to find the specific line. But Assassin is like, my inexperience is no reason to not save the young child. When Sigma is questioning her, like, why are you going this far for this? I didn't think you were the kind to do that. And then that's when he's like, no one came to save us. Like, oh, that hit me. And we see like a bunch of flashes of his past. And we even get Assassin apologizing and saying, I could not save your young self due to my inexperience. And he's just like, well, it's not your fault. You weren't born in this era. How could you even have done that? And she's like, the difference in time and location is all but trivial. As proof of that, right now, we're standing here in the same space. I admire her reasoning there. And that's what gets Sigma to realize, oh, I wanted someone to save me. Just as we are trying to do with Tsubaki. And I think that's his internal motivation for why he's trying so hard to do this when it seems like there's only downsides to it. Because I wanted to do that. I wanted someone to do that for me. I don't want this girl to feel like I did back then. And oh man, I love that for him. I just knew that his character arc would be one that I would be really invested in. And it definitely is. But yeah, holy. Alcides apparently can steal other servants' noble phantasm? That's crazy. And now Jack is just without his. Okay, now what? But yeah, this is gonna be it for this video. If you enjoyed the reaction and my attempt at a discussion, then leave a like and subscribe. Till next time, see ya.